welcome back to Typical City. Manchester City cruise into the knockout stages of the Champions League with a 3-0 win at the Etihad Stadium against Young Boys. Fairly comfortable in the end. Let's take a look at the match stats. 71% possession to their 29%. And as you can see, 0 shots for them at all throughout the entire game, presenting a 0 XG as a result. 27 shots for Manchester City, 10 on target, 3.5 XG, so slightly underperformed. Quite a few big chances were missed, 6 big chances created, 719 passes to their 282, 5 fouls, and they got a bit nasty, didn't they? They got a bit nasty and a bit frustrated. 1 red card, 4 yellow cards, and 21 fouls. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't more yellow cards being dished out for that, but 21 fouls. Got a bit nasty in the end. But let's start with the player ratings. Ederson. So, the guy could have brought his duvet, a deck chair, and a book. You know, chill, Ederson. Nothing to talk about, mate. Nothing to talk about. 37 touches, but 100% passing accuracy. That deserves a pat on the back. 1 high claim. Other than that, not much to talk about. But that 100% passing accuracy, I'm giving him a 7. A bit generous. I mean, I'm giving him a higher score than he probably deserves there, but mainly for just turning up and staying warm. Well done, Ederson. Did a good job. But Kyle Walker, surprise inclusion after Akanji was sent down the tunnel with illness, which you're hoping isn't going to keep him out for too long. But Kyle Walker stepped up to the plate. You know, really did very well. You know, being thrown into the deep end at the last minute like that. Not quite a deep end, is it? Because it was Young Boys, but still thrown onto the pitch at the last minute. Always ready. Switched on Kyle Walker. Really did well. Very little came down his side that he actually had to deal with. Once, I think I saw him backtracking, and typical Kyle Walker used his speed, wins the ball back comfortably. 89 touches, 61 minutes, came off with half an hour to go, probably with Chelsea in mind on Sunday. 89% passing accuracy, 1 aerial duel won, a key pass, and 1 successful dribble. 7 for Kyle Walker. Nathan Ake came on in the second half, so 45 minutes for Nathan Ake, 35 touches, 100% passing accuracy during the entire second half. Very well done for that, Nathan Ake. 1 key pass, 1 tackle, 0 clearances, an aerial duel that he didn't win, and no interceptions. 7 for Nathan Ake. The thing is, there isn't much to talk about defensively when you're going up against a team that's not even getting a single shot on goal. You know, defenders are going to struggle to get high scores. Unless you're Ruben Diaz. Unless you're Ruben Diaz, of course. Because the reason why they got no shots on goal is because of this individual. Let's start with the touches first of all, because that's the highest figure I've given anyone this season in a Manchester City shirt. The most touches in a single game from one City player. Ruben Diaz, 140 touches, 99% passing accuracy, considering he touched the ball 140 times, 99% passing accuracy, incredible, well done. 3 tackles, 3 aerial duels, he won them all, 1 interception, 3 clearances, and he lost the ball twice in the entire game. I wanted to give him man of the match, to be honest. I really did want to give him a man of the match performance. 8.5 is the least he deserves, in truth. The least he deserves. He was an absolute rock, a unit, and, you know, a springboard for the entire team. Brilliant from Ruben Diaz. Need to see more of that going forward. Josko Gvardiol, 90 minutes played, 83 touches, 94% passing accuracy, a tackle, a clearance, no interceptions, aerial duels. Needs to improve on that a little bit, but we know he can leap, we know he can jump, but he didn't successfully yesterday twice, but 1 successful dribble. Reasonable performance again from Josko Gvardiol. 7 out of 10. Rico Lewis, I love him. I really love him, and it's just a case of fitting him in, and being so young as well. He's finding his feet. He's so brave. Not physically, he is physically brave, but mentally brave as well. He tried the passes, and you can see that there with the key passes. 5 key passes, 92% passing accuracy with 65 touches. 1 big chance missed in the first half, if I remember rightly. He was a bit wayward with that one. That's the 1 shot that you can see there that wasn't on target. 1 dribble attempt that wasn't successful. Lost the ball 9 times. He wasn't picked on quite as aggressively yesterday as he has been by other teams, but there was that moment where he goes in for a tackle. I can't remember who it was now. I think it might have been Elia. He goes in for a tackle and he just clipped him. It was no intent. And then a guy comes and shoves him in the back. So Rico Lewis seems to be offending a lot of people right now, but keep at it, Rico Lewis. Wind them up, mate. Wind them up, because he keeps bouncing back up on his feet, and I love his courage. I love it. Not the greatest performance, not a bad one, but 7 out of 10 in midfield. Can't complain from Rico Lewis. John Stones, I thought he was okay again. It was a very quiet performance from John Stones. Kept things ticking, did reasonably well. Nothing to shout about. Similar to Rico Lewis again, but he only played the first 45 minutes, again, presumably with Chelsea in mind. 53 touches, 96% passing accuracy, no key passes. One shot wasn't on target. One tackle, 2 clearances, which is decent, and he lost the ball 4 times, which is decent. Again, 7 out of 10 for John Stones. Mateo Kovacic. Now, this player and the next player, which is Nunes, are the 2 players that people seem to focus on yesterday. Watching the game back, I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game at all. I was a little bit critical of him yesterday because he did try a few things in that first half that were a little bit off, in terms of what he was trying was a bit silly at times. Like that backward header, what stood out to me like a sore thumb. Like, I don't know what he was thinking there. Didn't amount to anything. It wasn't a major threat. It didn't cause us any serious problems. But then he found his feet in the second half, and I thought he started to keep things ticking over, playing well and playing simple things, and that's what you want. He needs to find his confidence again, because we can't forget that first 6 games of the season, because he was really good. He started really well at Manchester City. Since that little injury that he picked up, he has sluggishly slowed down his momentum a little bit, but still not a bad performance from Mateo Kovacic. 7 out of 10 for him I've given, with the 83% passing accuracy, 1 key pass, 2 interceptions, 2 shots not on target, no dribbles attempted, and lost the ball 9 times. Okay. Nunes. These stats scream to me trying. He's trying something, and it's not coming off. Did not have his shooting boots on, as you can see. But the effort is always there. You can see everything to those stats. 103 touches as well. So he's heavily involved in the 90 minutes that he played yesterday. 93% passing accuracy. Good ball retention. When it comes to passing, at least 2 key passes, which is good, effective. 4 shots, none on target. Very, very wayward with his shooting. Needs to get a bit more accurate with that. But the fact that he's trying, there you go. The effort is there. The attempts are there, which is good. Just needs to refine it, show that little bit of composure that can turn those 4 shots, none on target, into 4 shots, 2 on target, 3 on target, something like that. 3 tackles, again, involved defensively, really good. Another example of attempting things, 3 dribble attempts, but only 1 was successful, and he lost the ball 16 times, which is quite a high number in midfield, but still, I'm happy with Nunes. I like his attitude. He's applying himself and he's trying his best, and you can see the efforts there, and there's quality there that I just think it needs refining a little bit. He'll find his feet. And I think he needs a goal to his name, and see that confidence come through onto the pitch with Matheus Nunes. 7 out of 10 for Nunes. Jack Grealish, man of the match for me. A surprise man of the match. I know some of you are going to be thinking, what? He didn't do anything. Well, he did, first of all. Look at the stats. He did. And I know, Haaland scored 2 goals. I know that's what you're immediately thinking. How's he not getting man of the match? Phil Foden scored a goal. How's he not getting man of the match? Well, Jack Grealish was incredibly effective yesterday. He did everything that was required of Jack Grealish. A very typical Jack Grealish performance. 7 key passes, 3 shots, 1 on target, not great. The dribbles and not being successful, that's like, that Jeremy Doku. He isn't Jeremy Doku. He isn't going to be Jeremy Doku. He never is going to be Jeremy Doku. He's a very different player. Big chances created, 3. Haaland missed 1 of them. Foden missed 1 of them. Rico Lewis was the other one, and he only lost the ball 6 times. That ball retention, though, is fantastic, 91%. 7 key passes. He was incredibly creative, and you only need to go and look at the other statistical websites out there. All of them give him a higher score than any of the other City players in the team, so I'm not the only one. This isn't just a case of the eye test or the statistical test. It's the combination of the 2. Jack Grealish deserved man of the match yesterday, so 8.5 for Jack Grealish. Phil Foden, really good performance. That goal was ridiculous. Sublime finish. Really good first touch. In fact, it was 2 or 3 touches. Like really delicate touches that tease the fullback Garcia who was going up against. And he dangled the carrot and he bit. He leapt in. Phil Foden cushions it past him and bends his body. So malleable, isn't he, Phil Foden? Ghosts past him like he wasn't there and slots it into the bottom corner. Brilliant finish. But he gave the ball away more than anyone else in the Manchester City team yesterday. As you can see, 17 times possession lost, 1 big chance missed, 6 shots, 3 on target. Dribble successful, brilliant, 3 out of 3, 1 key pass, 76% passing accuracy. That's a bit sloppy, giving the ball away a little bit. We need to get into the 80s from a position like Phil Foden that he's in. 37 touches, so he wasn't actually that involved and he played the full game. 8 out of 10 for Phil Foden though, because there was moments of class, real class. Those dribbles in particular and the goal, brilliant. 8 out of 10 for Phil Foden. Erling Haaland, another 8 out of 10, very little involvement again. That passing accuracy, it bugs me, it always bugs me. I want to see it be a bit smoother than that, a bit more crisp and assured with his passing. 67% passing accuracy seems to be the norm for Erling Haaland, and because that's the norm, we shouldn't ignore it. That needs to improve. It does need to improve, but he's coming away with 2 goals again, one of which was a penalty. So, he should be burying penalties. I don't give players too high a score for scoring a penalty because it's well in your favour. You should be burying a penalty. It's well in your favour if you're the penalty taker. 4 shots, 3 on target, no key passes, no aerial duels ones, and he missed a big chance and he gave the ball 6 times, gave it away 6 times with the 15 touches that he had, came on at the hour. But that third goal, for City's third goal, his second, was an absolute peach. What a thunder bastard bolt that was. What an incredible finish. Outside the area again, really good. Underrated moment in that move was Kovacic allowing the ball, stepping over the ball and allowing Erling Haaland to continue his run before cutting it back into that top right-hand corner. He deserves an 8 out of 10, Outside of the goals, he needs to polish and refine his performance still, but he comes away with 2 goals, so you can't give him any less than an 8 out of 10, really, and in particular because of that finish in the second half was just fantastic. Brilliant from Erling Haaland. Jeremy Doku, it's insane. 10 minutes he's been on the pitch. 10 minutes. Look at these stats in 10 minutes. 20 touches, 82% passing accuracy. He attempted it 6 times and he got all past the defender, Janko, who was twisted inside out throughout that whole half. 6 out of 6 dribbles. Brilliant. 1 key pass. 1 shot. Wasn't on target. And he tackled a player and he lost the ball 3 times. All in 10 minutes. That's insane. Well played, Jeremy Doku, 7.5 substitute appearance. Calvin Phillips, a quiet performance. He had that 1 half chance, wasn't quite a chance where it bobbled around in the 6-yard box. I think it was Ruben Diaz who sort of cushioned it to Calvin Phillips. A little bit more sharpness from Phillips, probably would have seen him control that and bury it. But still, shots on target as well, not great. 3 shots, none on target, being a bit wayward there. There's the 3 times the possession lost is because of those 3 shots that you can see there. Interceptions, none, no tackles, no key passes, but 92% passing accuracy is good. 29 minutes on the pitch, 33 touches, 6.5 for Calvin Phillips. Oscar Bobb's big fan. I'm really warming to him. I really like what I see with Oscar Bobb. I'm getting excited. I think this is a player. I really do. The way he comes onto the pitch with purpose. Same amount of time as Calvin Phillips with 29 minutes, 15 touches, 100% passing accuracy, really good. 2 key passes, effective, creating stuff, no tackles, 2 dribble attempts, 1 of which was successful, no shots at all to speak of, but 2 times he gave the ball away with possession. Really good from Oscar Bobb. I'm really pleased. Really good from Manchester City because that completes the player ratings. I'm really, really pleased with the performance. We went up against young boys, but you got to beat what you put in front of you. That old cliche, that old chestnut, but it rings true. It rings true. It's important to factor in that it was the Champions League. Just because it was young boys doesn't take away any less important because qualification, job done. Solid performance from the team throughout, really. A couple of moments of sloppiness in the first half that I'm being a bit critical about. But other than that, it dictated the play, complete control for Manchester City. Hopefully we can take this momentum that we've clearly gathered in the last 3 or 4 games, take it to Stamford Bridge and beat them. Because we beat Stamford Bridge at the weekend, we send a massive message to the Premier League, and I think we're going to do it. Blues. But Blues, what do you think of my player ratings? Are you surprised I gave Jack Grealish man of the match? I'm not going for clicks. I'm not going for a surprise factor or a wow factor he gave Jack Grealish. I genuinely believe Jack Grealish deserved to win man of the match because of his overall contribution. His play was fantastic. Do you agree though? Get in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe. It really does help. Typical City is the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is typical City now, holding up silverware.